There's a big difference between a house that looks good in photos and a house that actually feels good to walk through. Today, I am taking you through a home where the flow just makes sense. I'm Stephanie Deeds, broker of Point Realty, and welcome back to South of Cowtown with the Deeds. I'm here at 253 Cattleman's Trail in Saginaw. I had to show you this one because it solves the problem so many modern homes have. It actually gives you privacy where you need it, while keeping that open, connected energy everyone wants. The way this kitchen is positioned off the main living area is easily one of my favorite layouts I've seen lately. But before we head inside, let's look at this curb appeal. We are tucked away in Bar C Ranch, which is really that sweet spot of North Texas living. You've got the quiet neighborhood feel, but you're minutes away from the energy of Alliance Town Center, so all of your favorite shopping, dining, and major highways are right at your fingertips. And for the most frequent question I get about this area, yes, you are zoned for the sought-after Eagle Mountain ISD. So let's go inside and I will show you how this floor plan works. So as we came in from the outside, you will notice how clean and low maintenance the exterior is. So you don't have to spend your entire weekend doing yard work, so that's fantastic. But I especially love as we come in this entryway. You're not just walking straight into a sofa or into a kitchen counter. Like you have this little entry where, put a little table. Then you step inside and the whole home just sort of opens up. You've got this beautiful flow from the kitchen to the living room to the dining room. This fireplace really becomes your focal point. There's so much natural light coming in here that it really feels welcoming, it feels inviting, it feels like somewhere you can truly live. This is the kind of layout where your furniture actually fits and it makes sense and it's functional. I just love how versatile the space is, welcoming, inviting, and it just, like I said in the very beginning, makes sense. Y'all, there are so many things to love about this kitchen. First of all, it's tucked back here, kind of in the back corner of the house. So it accomplishes two different things. It is open to the living room and you have the great flow for entertaining and all of that good stuff. But also, it's tucked away back here where my dirty dishes are gonna be over here that you cannot see them from the front door. And even from the living room where we're entertaining, they're just kind of tucked over on this other side of the wall, which is great. This shelving up here, I adore. I think that this is fun for storage, but also for decor, however you wanna use it. And tons of cabinetry, okay? This is storage galore. Don't forget that this island it's a really good size island, and it's also unique because it's a square. We often get the rectangles and we see a lot more of the big giant rectangles now, but this square is very unique and it's actually got kind of a perfect buffet flow if you're entertaining, Now, who does not love a double oven? Because when we're hosting Thanksgiving or Christmas or Easter or whatever holiday it is that you might be having at your house, and you've got 18 different things that need to go in because you've got to have that green bean casserole ready on time, these double ovens are really super good for that. And the appliances, I mean, they're very sleek. It's kind of funny, it's like, sounds weird to call an appliance pretty, but I love how sleek these appliances are. So, this kitchen, so much to love. Again, how many times do I have to say things about natural light in this house? I've said it in every room that we've been in because there are so many windows. Again, I love all of the light that's coming in. So we go into this eat-in kitchen, we have all of the windows, and with all the windows, we have the view out to the fire pit. Once again, flow for entertaining. So you've got the view outside, the outdoor possible seating area, you come into here, and then you've got the flow into the living room. It's just really, what did we say at the very beginning of this video? It makes sense. This floor plan, the versatility, the functionality, it just makes sense. And this kitchen is a chef's dream, an entertainer's dream. One thing I will also mention is the laundry room. It's hidden back here. Great pantry space, okay? It's a little, like you gotta go around the corner, but there's a ton of shelving and space here. One of my big complaints that I hear from people is they've got this great kitchen, but they don't have a pantry, or their pantry's not big enough, doesn't hold enough stuff. This has tons of shelving and tons of space. And of course your laundry going out to the garage. Really, again, it makes sense. It's super functional. We love it. You will too. Okay, so now you have to follow me upstairs because I've got to show you the bonus space that we have upstairs that you're not gonna find in a lot of properties. So let's go check it out. So look at this giant space up here. There are so many things you could do with this. You can turn this into another bedroom. You could put a pool table, air hockey, ping pong, whatever. You could turn this into a little learning center, playroom. I mean, the possibilities are endless. And I barely have just like one little light up there. It's not like I have a bunch of bulbs. Look at all this natural light coming in from these windows. It's one of the things I love about this house is all of the windows, okay? So this space is fantastic. You have a half bath up here, which is super convenient, and you have attic access. So this is a bonus space that you are not gonna find in a lot of properties. You've got all your living downstairs, your bedrooms, your dining room, all the things, right? And then you have this bonus space upstairs where you can come escape. Okay, so I'm standing in this dining room and I'm just noticing something that I think is pretty fantastic about it. If you needed to turn this into an office, you absolutely could, if that is more important to you than a dining space, because the kitchen does have an eat-in kitchen space. You could turn this into so many different things. There's so many different uses. Actually, I think the length of this lamp actually is perfect for a pool table. It looks a little bit like a pool lamp. But I have seen a lot of people actually doing these really cool conversation areas where you do, you know, a couch on either side, or maybe you do 4, 5, or 6 chairs with a coffee table in the middle. So you could turn this into like a conversation pit. You could do bookshelves on a wall and turn it into a library. You could do baby gates across if you needed to turn this into a playroom. The way that these arches are situated really make it kind of perfect. So again, it's just such a versatile space, and I've said this over and over in all the different rooms in this house. So much natural light. I love the number of windows that we have here because I don't even really have to have lights on this house to feel so welcome and so invited, because the natural light just really does that. And let me tell you, if I wasn't wearing these shoes, I wouldn't even have a problem not hitting my head on that, because that is short people problems. I can walk under light fixtures in a dining room. Isn't that fun? So here I am in the spare bedroom hallway. I've mentioned a couple of different times about how functional this floor plan is and how it just makes sense. And I keep just repeating that it just makes sense. And this is part of that. You have 2 bedrooms that share a bathroom right here. It's off one side of the house that does not interfere with the primary, excuse me. You've got the separation of the bedrooms, and really, again, just it makes sense. So, natural light, large closets, big rooms, enough space for probably full or queen size beds. The bathroom, plenty of space in here. The acoustics are good. And oh, don't forget also when we have linen storage, that is one thing. Actually, the seller said to me personally, one of the things she loves about this house is the amount of storage that she has in it. So we don't always get a linen closet near the spare bedrooms, so love that. And then we come into this one again, really good sized closets and large enough for a pretty decent sized bed and everything. And one thing I'm just remembering, I have not said out loud, do you love the floors in this house? I love the floors in this house because they're a really beautiful tone. They're not too, you know, they're the Goldilocks floors. They're not too dark, they're not too light. They're just a really pretty tone that's kind of timeless. They didn't go out in the 90s the way that, although this house is much newer than that, but you know, I'm joking. So I love the color. I love that you have hard surface throughout. If you have children, pets, or you know, if you need accessibility like a walker or anything like that, you're gonna move across these floors very easily. So now let's go check out the primary suite. So as you follow me into the primary suite, you will notice that we are tucked away off the living room. We're not on the hallway with the same other bedrooms. And this is a large space. You've got lots of room to spread out in here. There's plenty of room, not just for obviously a king size bed, but you've got room by the windows for a seating area. And again, how many times in this house have I said natural light? More windows in here, bringing in so much good sunlight. It is a beautiful day outside, and you can feel it inside this house. As I come into the primary bathroom, I'm going to find a nice big soaking tub, a separate shower, dual vanities, and really sometimes when you have even a dual vanity and separate tub and shower, sometimes bathrooms feel a little bit skinny. This space actually feels really large and like you've got some room to move around. Again, I think I've mentioned in some other rooms about how my seller loves the amount of storage that's at this house. Here's another linen closet. You know, I don't have a linen closet in my bathroom. That's a true story. And it really makes me crazy that I don't have a place to store some things. I had to add some cabinets. But anyway, linen closet and nice big closet in this off of this primary bathroom. So really this part of the home feels like a true retreat. As you can see, I have now stepped outside, and you have got a low maintenance backyard that still gives you plenty of green space, but also it's the kind of yard where you'll actually sit out here and enjoy a quiet evening rather than one that just feels like a chore to mow and take care of. I am in love with this fire pit and seating area because it is just such a relaxing spot, and you've got plenty of room under the patio here for a dining table. So envision spring and summer evenings having a nice meal out here, maybe a glass of wine, cup of coffee in the morning. What a lovely space to relax and unwind, or to prepare yourself for your day. This home is really the total package for Saginaw living. If you would like to see 253 Cattleman's Trail in person, or if you're looking for your own piece of North Texas, reach out. We would love to help you make your next move. And if you want to keep up with the best listings, neighborhood tours, and market updates across the DFW Metroplex, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the South of Cowtown with the Deeds. I'm Stephanie Deeds. Thanks for touring with me, and I'll see you at the next house.